Welcome in to your Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view predictions, baby. It's time. Appreciate the tag, Casey. I really do. But we talking Great Balls of Fire, the pay-per-view edition, baby. Not the Elvis song from way back in the day. We talking about the WWE pay-per-view. They just made it up just recently. Everybody laughing about it. I'm coming in with open mind. Coming in with an open mind. But I think I've said this before, but I might as well say this since this is the prediction show, Casey.
Okay.
I haven't been like completely like caught off guard by the buildup. Like it hasn't like cracked me up or anything. Like maybe it's just me. I don't know if I came into it thinking I was gonna get cracked up by everything because it was kind of a weird name for a pay-per-view, but like I didn't feel like it was like that crazy. But Casey, how'd you feel like the build-up went for you if you even watched any of the shows?
I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't watched for like the past 2 weeks.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot either. I've only just watched like the main, like I watched like the first one after or whatever. But anyway,
and that's one of the problems with all the social media is like you don't need to watch the whole show. You can watch it, like you can see like the Twitter feed, you can see Snapchat. They put like the major stuff on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. So like I've been keeping track on that. I'm definitely, there's some matches that I'm excited for. Like Lesnar Joe, I think is going to be a good match, but it's still just the name. Like the fact, I'm not even like the buildup wasn't bad. Like it wasn't stupid or gimmicky or whatever. It is stupid and gimmicky, but just the fact that this is going to be on the WWE network for years to come. I'm going to have to tell my grandkids that there was a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire. Like,
I mean, aren't you excited?
I am really excited. I'm like, yo, kids, you want to watch some Great Balls of Fire?
All right, let's jump into the first match we have, which is Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys. For some reason, I want to say the Hardys, not boys. So sorry, the Hardy Boys. 30-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. I'm excited for this because it feels like it's been a long time since we've had a 30-minute Iron Man match that was a tag team match. Like I don't even remember the last one, to be honest. Has it ever happened? I'm sure it's happened before, but wow, it's been a while since we had a freaking tag. Okay, I see you, Raw Prestige, trying at least. I'm going with Cesaro and Sheamus. Unfortunately, I'm going with Cesaro and Sheamus. But I have no more words for this match. Casey.
I'm just gonna the fan in me. I'm gonna go with the fan in me, and I'm gonna go with the Hardys because I still can't take Cesaro and Sheamus seriously. There's something about them that is just like, no, stop it, no. But then again, just in general, the tag team division is bruh. So I'm gonna go with the fan in me and go with the Hardys, even though they're not gonna win because, yeah.
I just realized this. The pre-show match that I have scheduled right now is Neville versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Oh my, really? So much build up on the.
That's what I thought too. Like, okay, whatever. So we're gonna go to this match. I actually just noticed it when I was looking at the thing, or the list of matches. I'm going with Neville. I feel like there's been a lot of build up, but maybe it's just me. I don't feel like Akira Tozawa has been built up to be champion though. Like he's had feuds and he's been in stuff, but like I don't know if he's like I'm not gonna say he's not ready because I feel like he's ready, but I feel like from a build-up standpoint, I don't think he's been built up enough to be champion yet. Casey.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem with the last couple of guys that they've had, face Neville for the title. They're just not built up to be champion, or at least for that feud. And now they keep going back to guys that have already had the title not too long ago. Like TJP. I love TJP, but it's too soon for me anyway for him to have the title again. You have, and we keep saying this, you have a division that you're supposed to be trying to build up, and you're doing the same thing you always do. Just have a handful of guys and hot potato the title between them. You can't do that. You need to build this division up that a lot of people have just already given up on because WWE's booking has been terrible. So I would love to see Tozawa win it, but like I said, he's not built up enough. King of the Cruiserweights is going to retain.
All right. I'm just going to go in the order that these matches are listed, just because I don't want to get confused and missed one. So we got The Miz with Maurice, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel, formerly known as the Entourage, going up against Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. I feel like The Miz is going to win this. He hasn't really had the title for that long. Please don't give it back to Dean Ambrose, please. I just really hope that this Entourage thing works out well for Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. Or, I mean, Bo Dallas got the beard now. Team up with Bray. Because Bray needs a doggone shot in the arm, too. So, something got to give. But I'm going with The Miz in this one. I don't want to see Dean Ambrose as champion again. I just don't. Unless it's like the World Championship, because that's the only thing he held with any competence. Casey.
Yeah, I loved him with the World Championship. I thought that was great. And then, nope, not anymore. Miz. I mean, I like the Entourage thing. I think it's good for both Axel and Bo Dallas. But like you said, and like so many people are saying on the internet that WWE needs to pay attention to, put Bo and Bray together. They could use each other very well. Obviously, they're brothers, so they have that natural, chemistry together, so it would work. I think.
See, because, I mean, they could have done it a long time ago with Bo, because, like, he's been the whole positive guy and all of this, the Bo leave stuff. And then he kind of, he went to his brother for help, and his brother was like, you got to follow Sister Abigail. Like, they could have done a lot with this already that they haven't done.
Yeah. But
instead of freaking trying to promote Bo Dallas with the same doggone gimmick he had before, and then basically throwing it away again.
That's what WWE does, though. Yeah, Miz retain. I don't know what they doing with Dean Ambrose. That poor man.
True. Next we got Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. I'm actually kind of excited for, because I just want to see Enzo Amore in a singles match where he can maybe be decently taken seriously. Because I feel like a lot of times with Enzo and Cass, like, Big Cass was always the guy who shined in the matches. He was always the guy that came in and got the big spots, and Enzo was the guy that got beat up, and the guy that was kind of giving giving Big Cass the hot tag. So I just want to see how this is gonna go. I don't know how long this feud's gonna go. It's freaking unfortunate that they broke this thing up before they won at least one titles. That's just me, considering they were such a good team and had so much potential. But I'm going with Big Cass. I don't feel like there's any way that Enzo wins this, especially the way he's been booked in a tag team. I don't see him coming out in one of his first singles matches, alone and winning, especially on a pay-per-view. So, Casey.
Yeah. breaking them up was a huge mistake. Um, the very least, what they should have done before they broke them up is start having, and this is something that just WWE doesn't do in general, and we've talked about it too. They should have given Enzo just singles matches here and there, and slowly, have him get wins and wins and wins. That way, when they did finally break them up, because he would still obviously, get losses here and there. But then when you finally break Enzo and Cass up, you can put Enzo and Cass in this match and at least give Enzo the chance that he might win. Because right now, going into this match, there's no way that he, like you said, just the way he's been booked, when they lose, it's always him getting pinned or whatever, and he's the weak link. He's good on the mic, but he's terrible in the ring. Is basically how he's booked, and he needs to have been booked better to even give him a chance to think he might win. And that sucks because I love Enzo.
See, and two, I feel like with Enzo and Cass, I feel like Cass has been really good on the mic. Like now, albeit I've only watched the show when he turned on him, and I watched his promo the week after, and I feel like he's been really good on the mic, better than I think he's maybe ever been. I don't know if he kind of needed to be a heel to finally kind of come out of his shell or something, but like I've kind of liked his promo.
Yeah, I haven't really seen his promo since the breakup. All I know is, like, I liked his promos back when they were still in NXT because it felt more natural. I feel like when they put him up to the main roster, it started off where it sounded natural, but then I feel like he got too robotic with it. Like he got too stiff with it, and I was like, stop it.
That's good. Stiff is good because that means there's no botching.
But the stiff was making him botch, and it was just it didn't. I don't know, but yeah, I'm going with Enzo or with Big Cass. I want to go with Enzo, but he just hasn't been booked up enough to.
All right.
So he's gonna get released. I can see it because they're not gonna know what to do with him.
All right, Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. It should be Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor. Yeah. Anyway, where is Finn Balor, by the way? Where he at though?
Yeah, where is he?
like he ain't on that show at all. Where he at though? I mean, this is your first ever Universal Champion, darn it. But but Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, a feud I don't understand at all. I'm gonna be honest. It should be Finn Balor, and that's how I feel. I'm going with Seth Rollins because Bray always loses. So Seth Rollins. Casey.
I'm gonna go with Finn Balor.
Because Bray always loses.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't understand this feud at all. Like, nothing about this feud makes sense or ever did. There wasn't even like a little grain of size, sense in this. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing to this. Why?
When they could have had a freaking amazing feud with Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt.
They started amazing feud with them, and then they were like, nah. Like, you had it. You had it right there. You started it. You did. I remember. Bray came on the Titantron, and he was there, and Finn was in the ring. I remember this. It happened.
They messing up. Well,
for real, where Finn at though?
Where though? We got Alexa Bliss.
Woo, my baby.
Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. Casey, I don't know how you're gonna pick on this one. I'm gonna go with Alexa. I don't know anything about this feud either. Like I'm gonna try to catch up on This Week in WWE or something like, to try to get myself caught up or something because some of these matches, some of them I already knew of that they built like a week, like weeks in and weeks in advance, but like as they should anyway. But some of these I'm just kind of like, where did this match come from? Um, and I'm curious to see, how this one goes. It should be a good match. And Sasha Banks is finally in the title picture again. That's shocking. But I'm going with Bliss. I'm going with Bliss. She hasn't had the title for that long. I don't feel like, and they missed an opportunity on Sasha and Bailey. I'm just saying. Casey.
Man, yeah, man, I got to think on this one. Where's Justin to randomly ramble on when I'm thinking? Man, see, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my girl Alexa just because know the history of Sasha. She's great. She is. She's one of the best. But she tends to do things like scorpioning herself. If you don't know what that is, it's when she do a suicide dive and then her back bends in ways that a back shouldn't bend. And she's done that a couple of times. And when I mean a couple, like a lot of times she done that. And she tends to injure herself more in WWE. So hopefully she doesn't get injured in this match, but she might. But I'm going with Alexa. Kind of like you said, I feel like she hasn't had the title a long time, and I think it helps her more than it does Sasha right now.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't really know what they're doing with Sasha, but Sasha's more. I don't want to say established because Alexa is established, but Alexa could use the title better right now. Yeah.
All right. Next we got Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman because I'm not finished with you in ambulance match. I'm excited that Braun's back. I like Braun. He's a good fella. And I'm excited for this match just because I feel like Reigns and Strowman work really well together. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know like what kind of friendship they got outside of WWE, but like, bruh, they tight or something because they work very well together. I don't know what it is, man. But I'm excited for this match though. Ambulance match. It feels like it's been a while since we had an ambulance match. I'm trying to think of the last one we had. Wish Justin to spout off useless facts. But we don't know their achievements, Casey. So, but I'm going.
No, you're right. We don't.
I'm going with. I'm going with Roman just because of the fan in me. Instead of going with Braun, I feel like Braun's gonna win, but I'm going with Roman. Dang on it, he's gonna defy the odds and Superman punch him into the ambulance, and the ambulance gonna drive away. Casey.
Um. Why it gotta be ambulance match? Why? That man pushed over the ambulance one time, one time. We still debating whether he actually did it himself or if there was ropes and like. Amy says he did it himself, because she could do that, and I'm like, nah. He can't.
I'm like, what a video at of you doing this? Because I need to see. Like, I need.
Like, you can't. Like, I don't know if you know how much the ambulance weigh, but it's a lot. It's a lot. But even if you take everything out of the ambulance, it's still a lot. Still a lot. I really don't know, and I'm just gonna go with Braun. Just gonna go with Braun.
All right.
Wait,
Moving on. Yep.
I'm gonna take that back. I'm going with the ambulance.
The ambulance gonna squish them both. And like,
Gonna pin them both. 1, 2, 3.
let's get into what will probably be the main event, which is Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. Please, Samoa Joe win this match. Please, 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 please. I'm going with Samoa Joe just because I get that title off Brock. Stop it, please. And it's funny because the fans cheered for this. Darn it, please, Samoa Joe, help me out, bruh. Be the destroyer and get this title off this man. Casey.
Oh God, this. See, I want Joe to win, but at the end of the day, I know who has the final say in who wins, and that's Vince. And I don't think Vince is going to have Brock drop the title to Samoa Joe, because Joe is a hefty fella, and not in the muscular hefty, the kind of hefty that Vince don't like, because he don't like fat people. And I'm not saying Joe fat, he hefty, but I think that Vince would see him as a fat man, I would think. So I don't know. But then again, KO had the title, so like, bruh. I'm gonna go with Joe. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pray that Joe wins, because yeah, we need Brock to drop the title. That for that title's sake anyway, they need to have him drop the title, because we've said it so many times. For us to care about the title, we need to see the title. We need to see it, bro. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was your Great Balls of Fire 2017 predictions. The first ever pay-per-view. I want to see how it's gonna go. I'm curious to see how it's gonna go. Neville or Security Tozawa should be really good. It should be starting the show, by the way. It's not, but it should be. Like we talked about this. Who mentioned that? I think it was Brandon, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been. I think we've all mentioned this at one point. The Cruiserweight should probably start the show, and they should, including this one, and they should put freaking Enzo and Big Cass on the dang on pre-show. To your great balls of same, but anyway. We'll see you guys later. We do hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for us. Hit it 1 time, or 3 times, or 5 times. Either one, as long as it's an odd number. I'm cool with it. Also follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. I think I just hit my microphone. Shh, don't tell nobody. But we'll see you guys next time on our Great Balls of Fire review, where we can say Great Balls of Fire as many times as we want. And we'll see you guys next time on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that will give you full-fledged, I'm not even going to say that. Bye. I'm gone.